Hello everyone and welcome to my BNB official 24 YouTube channel. Please subscribe my channel and thumbs up. Ridge and Taylor versus Bill, a hospital battle over Liam. According to bold and beautiful spoilers, Ridge and Taylor violently prohibit Bill Spencer from seeing his seriously injured son Liam in the hospital. Find out why they blame Bill for the shooting that injured 3 people. Bold and beautiful spoilers. Bill Spencer is banned from dying son's bedside in explosive hospital showdown. Ridge and Taylor's shocking decision tears 2 families apart. The hospital corridors exploded in mayhem yesterday as Bill Spencer suffered the ultimate retribution for his irresponsible decisions. And let me tell you, soap aficionados, this confrontation left me completely speechless. Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes had other ideas when Bill believed he'd rushed to his son Liam's bedside following the horrific incident. These 2 were doing more than simply standing guard at the hospital room door. Oh no, they physically prevented Bill from entering, and the accusations flew. Pure soap gold. It's your fault. That's supposedly what Ridge said at Bill in the corridor, and really? He is not wrong. The decision that started it all. Let's go back to what started this whole catastrophe. Bill's clever idea to release Luna Nozawa from jail in December has come back to haunt him in the worst way possible. He felt he was showing sympathy, giving a young woman another chance. I believe in redemption. How did that work out, Bill? Luna moved right from home arrest to holding Steffi at gunpoint. And when Liam attempted to play hero, as he always did, he ended himself with a bullet in his chest. He's now struggling for his life, as an inoperable brain tumor is wreaking havoc on his body. Talk about putting insult to injury. A father's worst nightmare. Consider this. Bill Spencer, the powerful dollar bill himself, reduced to begging in a hospital corridor. He begged to see his badly injured son. But Ridge and Taylor were not having it. Not one bit. They've appointed themselves judge, jury, and executioner in this family feud. And what was their verdict? Bill does not deserve to be anywhere near Liam's hospital room. Could you imagine? Your son is possibly dying, and you are physically prevented from saying goodbye? Even for Bill, who has questionable morals, this is a terrible act. The Forrester wall of fury. Ridge and Taylor have every reason to be furious. Their daughter Steffi was frightened, held at gunpoint by a woman who should still be in prison. If Bill hadn't pulled his strings, if he hadn't used his power to get Luna that lucrative house arrest contract, none of this would have occurred. 3 people were shot. Luna died. Sheila has 1 less toe. And Liam clings to life. All because Bill wants to save a killer. But here's where things get complicated. And since this is soap, of course they do. Liam is still Kelly's father. He is still tied to the Forresters through that wonderful little daughter. Ridge and Taylor aren't just punishing Bill when they prohibit him from the hospital room. They could be robbing Liam of his final moments with his father. Is their desire for vengeance worth the price? What happens next? This hospital showdown is far from done. We are all aware that Bill Spencer does not accept no as a response. Will he attempt to sneak past Ridge and Taylor? Will he get hospital security involved? Or will someone unexpectedly intervene to mediate? Where is Katie in all this? You know she will not allow Ridge and Taylor to keep her son's father away indefinitely. So what about Brooke? She's bound to have feelings about Ridge's actions, especially if they involve denying a dying man his father's presence. The Spencer-Forrester dispute has reached nuclear proportions, and honestly, I don't see how they can recover from this. Ridge and Taylor will be held accountable for Liam's death if Bill does not have the opportunity to say goodbye. However, if Liam lives, can he forgive his father for his role in the tragedy? Or will he go with the Forresters who saved him when Bill's terrible judgment almost killed him? One thing is certain. Bill's decision to release Luna cost him everything. His son's life is in the balance, and he can't even clasp his hand. That's a unique form of punishment, especially for someone as cruel as Dollar Bill. Will Ridge and Taylor's hearts soften? Will someone persuade them that denying a father access to his dying son's bedside is unreasonable? Or will their need for vengeance outweigh basic human compassion? Lyingly claims Luna died in recovery. Deacon's 8-toe news for Sheila. The bold and the beautiful recap for Thursday, July 10th shows that Lee Finnegan falsely claimed Luna Nozawa died in recovery, while Deacon Sharp had some bad news for Sheila Sharp. During Luna's surgery, Lee summoned some Nozawa power and helped her recover when she collapsed. Bridget Forrester discussed Luna's return to prison when she was stable and her procedure was completed. However, Lee insisted that they take things one step at a time. Bridget admitted that there could be post-op issues and offered to drive Luna to recovery, but Lee stated she would handle it from here. Lee also reminded Luna that she did not deserve this and expressed sympathy for her. When Sheila awoke from her own operation, she checked in on Luna and Liam Spencer. Grace Buckingham had no new information, but she did chat to Sheila about pain medication and encouraged her to focus on herself for now. Deacon arrived and was happy that Sheila had survived that horrible event. Unfortunately, Deacon admitted he couldn't nickname Sheila 9 Toes anymore because she was down to 8. Sheila realized Deacon was serious and that she had lost another toe, but he was just relieved she was going to be okay. Liam experienced some scary moments in the operating room, but Finn was able to remove the bullet and eventually save his life. Hope Logan and Carter Walton joined Steffi Forrester, who explained what had transpired and directed them to the observation window. Finn later revealed that Liam had successfully completed his surgery, which relieved Steffi, Hope, and Carter. Liam remained unconscious as Hope waited by his bedside, talking about how he couldn't leave them yet. Steffi ended up cuddling Hope while she cried, which created a nice moment between them. After Poppy Nozawa was taken to the hospital, Steffi complained about all Luna had done and the shooting drama. When Lee arrived, she described the procedure and left Poppy thinking Luna would be okay. Lee stated they did everything they could before insisting Luna died while recovering. Good. I'm glad Luna's dead, Poppy stated as Lee and everyone else in the waiting area were shocked. Of course, BNBS provide obvious evidence that Lee is faking Luna's death. Luna will still be on the show in September, therefore Lee is clearly lying. Luna has an identical twin. What will the new, Rana, character reveal be? The bold and the beautiful spoilers make us wonder. Does Luna Nozawa have an identical twin? A new figure named Rana could be part of a major surprise, so explore this intriguing tale option. At this time, BNBs are providing contradicting information because what's on screen does not correspond to what's coming up. Luna has just flatlined and has been verified as the patient who will die during surgery. However, Lisa Yamada was in the studio filming as recently as June 30th. Luna is on the cast list for an episode airing on September 8th, according to a script released by Catherine Kelly Lang in an Instagram story. With that in mind, we should think about the options here. One possibility is that Luna may appear in ghostly form, but it's more probable that a major twist is in store. Luna's death could be a ruse, just as John Finn Finnegan's death was after being shot in an alleyway. Finn appeared to be dead and gone, but it was subsequently discovered that Lee Finnegan had covertly saved him. There are plenty soapy methods to avoid a fatal exit, so we're not too concerned about the specifics. Luna's survival narrative is guaranteed to be unrealistic. Therefore, fans may have to accept it. However, there is one final possibility that could redeem Luna and allow her to eventually bond with Finn. What if the Luna on this crazy rampage isn't the real Luna? When Luna first arrived in Los Angeles, she appeared to be a charming little angel. Luna had a boring romance with R.J. Forrester and acted like a different person. Consider for a moment that Luna was a completely different person back then. What if Luna has an evil twin that has taken control of her life somewhere along the way? What if Luna has an evil twin that has taken control of her life somewhere along the way? That would explain why Luna spiraled out of control, becoming capable of kidnapping, murder, and other crimes. This could lead to a plot similar to how Steffi Forrester mistook look-alike Sugar aka Janet Weber for Sheila Sharp. Everyone assumes this unhappy young woman is Luna. But what if she is someone else entirely? That brings us to another hint about the leaked script we discussed. In addition to Luna, a character dubbed Rana will appear in this episode. Rana and Luna sound like great names for twins. Maybe it will eventually be discovered that Poppy gave birth to 2 infants rather than 1. The twins may have become separated in some way, causing Rana to eventually assume Luna's role as an adult. In other words, Rana could have been the one who lost control while posing as Luna. The real Luna could still be in captivity someplace, just like Sheila was when Sugar died. Rana might appear in some flashback scenes to explain the twin exchange, assuming one occurred. This entire twin scenario would obviously require a big rewriting, but it would be an intriguing way to take the story in. Characters have expressed concern that they no longer recognize Luna. No one understands how Luna went from appearing normal and pleasant to capable of such heinous murders. Will the Rana twin switch explain this? Could Rana be the one slain, while Luna is given a fresh start when she is released from captivity? That would explain why Luna spiraled out of control, becoming capable of kidnapping, murder, and other crimes. This could lead to a plot similar to how Steffi Forrester mistook look-alike Sugar, aka Janet Weber for Sheila Sharp. Everyone assumes this unhappy young woman is Luna. But what if she is someone else entirely? That brings us to another hint about the leaked script we discussed. In addition to Luna, a character dubbed Rana will appear in this episode. Rana and Luna sound like great names for twins. Maybe it will eventually be discovered that Poppy gave birth to 2 infants rather than 1. The twins may have become separated in some way, causing Rana to eventually assume Luna's role as an adult. In other words, Rana could have been the one who lost control while posing as Luna. The real Luna could still be in captivity someplace, just like Sheila was when Sugar died. Rana might appear in some flashback scenes to explain the twin exchange, assuming one occurred. This entire twin scenario would obviously require a big rewriting, but it would be an intriguing way to take the story in. Characters have expressed concern that they no longer recognize Luna. No one understands how Luna went from appearing normal and pleasant to capable of such heinous murders. Will the Rana twin switch explain this? Could Rana be the one slain, while Luna is given a fresh start when she is released from captivity? Bold and beautiful spoilers. Ridge and Taylor force Bill from dying son's bedside in explosive hospital showdown. The chilly fluorescent lights of University Hospital never shone brighter than when Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes made a decision that sent shockwaves through Los Angeles, shattering what little civility remained between the Forresters and the Spencers. The world had already decided Bill Spencer's guilt when he drove into the emergency room parking lot. Is that his mistake? Believe in Luna Nozawa. What will happen to him? He is losing contact with his son, possibly for good. The confrontation, Bill versus Forrester Wall. Ridge moved first, jaw gritted, fists trembling. He stood like a sentinel in room 408, where Liam lay asleep, with equipment beeping in a quiet but unsettling pattern. Taylor was already at Ridge's side when Bill turned the hallway. She didn't need to say anything. The fire in her eyes said volumes. "You're not going in there," Ridge hissed, barring Bill's way. Bill blinked. "That's my son in there." Taylor exclaimed, "He's in there because of you." The hallway fell silent as personnel froze mid-shift, and guests pretended not to notice. But the conflict had begun. The origin of blame is a chain of bad decisions. Bill's generous gamble of pulling strings to win Luna home arrest instead of a prison sentence had failed on a biblical level. He believed he was assisting a troubled girl. Instead, he activated a ticking time bomb. Luna enticed Steffi to the beach cottage. Shots were fired. Liam was seriously hurt. Sheila lost another toe. And Luna? Declared dead. But this was just the beginning. "I gave her a chance," Bill muttered. "You gave a murderer a second chance at life," Ridge shot back. "And now Liam may not get one." A father denied. Bill paced like a caged beast, and the emotional toll became clear. No longer known as Dollar Bill, the media mogul was simply a father, a desperate and devastated father. "Please," he begged, "allow me to see my son. Let me tell him I'm sorry." Taylor stood firm, however. "You won't get to say goodbye. Not after what you've enabled." Bill turned back to the hospital doors, tears in his eyes. But this time security arrived. "I don't want trouble," the guard said softly, "but the Forrester family requested that you be removed." Bill's fists clenched as his dignity went away. The Forresters stand. Ridge and Taylor saw this as a matter of consequences rather than ego. Steffi held a revolver to her face. Kelly almost lost her father. Ridge almost lost his son-in-law. The Forresters had ceased playing fair. "Liam trusted you," Taylor snarled at Bill. "We trusted you, but you transformed Luna into a weapon." Hope, who was watching close, was unable to intervene. Her own pain was tinged with grief, remorse, and perplexity. Liam's life was hanging by a thread, and the last thing anyone needed was additional drama. The ripple effect, family warfare. Katie Logan stormed in shortly afterward. Her eyes were wild. "Where's Bill?" "What do you mean he has been banned?" Brooke trailed behind. "Ridge, you can't be serious." "I'm dead serious," Ridge responded. "That man led a criminal to walk. Now my grandchild might lose his father." Katie turned against Taylor. "You are a doctor. You know better than to let emotions cloud your judgment." But Taylor was unwavering. "I am also a mother. You don't get to preach to me about judgment when your ex put everyone's children in danger." Bill watched from a corner, flanked by guards and powerless. Liam's surgery, a close call. Finn worked long hours in the operating room. The gunshot came uncomfortably close to Liam's spine. Every second counted. As the world fought outside, Finn concentrated on saving the guy who, despite everything, was still important to his wife and daughter. Hope sat by Liam's side following surgery, whispering promises through her tears. "You need to get back to me. Kelly needs you. I need you." The Luna twist, dead or not. Meanwhile, Lee Finnegan engaged in her own perilous game. After recovering Luna on the table, she murmured to her, "You are not going back to prison." "Not yet." She later announced that Luna had died in recovery, which only the audience knew was a fake. Why? Because the lady who shot Liam might not have been Luna after all. Enter Rana. Twin twist, Luna's evil mirror. When a script was released, it hinted a new character named Rana. Could she be Luna's identical twin? Could the gentle and quiet Luna who dated RJ have been replaced? It wouldn't be the first time BNB swapped twins. Look no farther than Sheila and Sugar. This new idea could explain Luna's abrupt transformation from flower kid to femme fatale. If Rana posed as Luna, it would imply the actual Luna is still alive and possibly trapped somewhere. The woman who died during surgery was Luna's criminal twin. Poppy may have known all along. The aftermath. Ridge and Taylor versus the world. Back in the hospital, tensions rose. Bill tried again to make his point, but Ridge's final words stabbed deeper than a scalpel. "If Liam dies without hearing from you, it'll be the only thing he was ever spared from." Ouch. But just as everything appeared irreparable, Liam's heart rate increased. Finn rushed inside. "He is stabilizing." Hope burst into tears. Steffi clutched to Carter. Ridge and Taylor also softened, albeit marginally. Will the Bill be forgiven? The episode ended on an Emmy-worthy cliffhanger. Will Bill sneak into Liam's room while disguised? Will Hope tolerate it when no one else does? Will Liam wake up wanting to see his father, or blaming him? When the truth about Luna/Rana is revealed, will Ridge and Taylor regret refusing Bill? Epilogue: the future. If the twin idea is correct and Luna is still alive, the drama has only just begun. Rana's remains may be cremated before the truth is known. The real Luna may escape captivity and return to chaos. Poppy's reply, glad Luna is gone, may have a deeper, sinister meaning. And what about Bill Spencer? He may have missed his opportunity to say farewell. If Liam survives, the question becomes, will Bill strive to restore his place, or will he lose his son permanently, both physically and spiritually? This conflict at the hospital was more than simply one shot. It was about history, family, judgment, redemption, the consequences of attempting to do the right thing and failing terribly. The bold and the beautiful has never been bolder, and things are going to get bloodier. The Forrester Wall of Fury. The corridors of University Hospital have never been quieter or more explosive than after Luna Nozowa's rampage, which ripped the Forrester, Spencer, and Logan families apart. With Liam Spencer on the verge of death, a ventilator hissing beside his bloodied and bruised frame, and Luna pronounced dead in recovery, at least according to Dr. Lee Finnegan's intentionally misleading announcement. Emotions are boiling over, and nowhere is the rage more intense than in Ridge and Taylor's corner. They've built a wall of rage at Liam's door.